feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim, only option is to win.
Welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Goodwin, and joining me in the studio today, live from Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands, is Bob Milner. Bob is general manager and co-owner of this lovely Mercedes-Benz dealership that we've been fortunate enough to host our show in today. And also joining me from Sam Houston State University College of Business, Dr. John Newbold. And today, we had a great show. We talked about leadership, we talked about culture, we talked about business and strategic planning. We went on a deep dive with a very successful business owner right here in the Woodlands who's very much involved in community service and as a servant leader of our community. And so trust me, you're going to want to download a complete replay of this show at houston.shrimptankpodcast.com. Also, don't forget, all of our shows are on iTunes. So you got the iPhone right there. Go right into iTunes right now, houston.shrimptankpodcast. You're going to get all of our shows. You can sign up for Mixler. They'll drop them live into your inbox. And so we had a couple of questions on the post-show wrap-up, just to give you a little flavor, a little taste of what the interview was like. And Dr. Newbold, would you like to go first with Bob here?
Yeah, I'd just like to comment that, Bob, you've been very successful in the car business for a long time, and then now for 19 months here in the Woodlands with your new Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands dealership. And I know, at least during the last 10 years, the entire country has had an economic shock in 2008, 2009, and then just recently now here in the Woodlands area with the oil industry downturn for the last year or two. I'm wondering if you could comment on how someone in the luxury car business weathers those types of economic ups and downs.
Well, John, part of it is when we built our strategic plan to open this, we integrated into that plan the understanding that oil could change. Especially with an election coming up, you never know what's going to happen to the economic drivers within your industry. So we built a plan that was flexible enough that we could react quickly if something happened economically within our marketplace. So I think that gave us a good foundation to be flexible, to be very proactive with handling it. And the other key thing is we run our business with very little debt. So, not having to service a lot of debt had less impact on us when our business did slow down a little bit during that time.
So running a tight ship, even though it's a luxury car dealership, it's a tight ship.
If you want to be successful in business, you have to run a tight ship.
And you mentioned leverage, and one of my core concepts, beliefs on leverage, is it can make you rich and it can make you broke, so you better be careful. It was probably the fact that you guys did not have a tremendous amount of debt that gave you the luxury of surviving some of these storms. So you have to be thinking about that, and you have to be careful how you use leverage, even though it's oftentimes necessary to launch and start a business. So, Bob, also one of the big cornerstones of our conversation today had to do with culture, and we talked about culture and how that's been woven as a mindset to everyone that works here. And so could you tell our listeners a little bit about the culture of Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands and how that was developed and translated through all the employees here, which you have over 100 employees?
Yeah, sure. So when we started this path to the business, we decided we wanted a certain type of culture, and we believe that we run our business on a servant culture. And that means each of us serves each other, and we also serve our customers. We were very focused on hiring people that we believe not only would fit into that culture, but contribute to it positively. We train to that. We develop people professionally that. We send them to a lot of personal development training, a lot of leadership development training, so that each person throughout our organization is given the tools necessary so that they can not only create a great culture, but contribute to it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not the culture of this organization. I'm the vision for the culture, and I can share the vision with people, but everybody who works here is the culture of our organization.
And when you have a culture at a company that permeates the company, then those people that don't follow those culture, they stand out quickly and end up going to work for your competition. And so that's a good thing. So thank you so much for sharing with us your ideas on culture, leadership, I think that one of my takeaways is just reinforces one of my beliefs is that you build your people and your people will build your business, and that certainly looks like that's been the case here. It's been a real pleasure having the opportunity to interview you. I want to say thank you on behalf of the university, on behalf of Provident and the Chamber of allowing us to broadcast the show here at Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands. If you haven't been here, you need to come check this place out. It's really awesome. It's just on the north side of Costco, and there's some beautiful cars here, and they take really good care of their customers. It's a cultural mindset at Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands. So thank you so much for being a guest on our show, and thank you, Dr. Newbold, for being on the show today. Don't forget you can download a complete replay of the show at houston.shrimptankpodcast.com. Don't forget to grab our shows off iTunes. And one more time on the website, how would someone connect with Mercedes-Benz of the Woodlands, Bob? What's your website?
www.mbotw.com.
MPOW.com. So we're in the month of December. We're saying Merry Christmas to everyone here. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we will see you next week.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.